I think you guys are really like, you're good to steer some shit. My name is Federico Agreda, DJ Zardonic as they know it in the drum and bass world. I was born and raised in Venezuela and lived there until from October 1995 when I was born until July 2014. And then I moved to the United States, worked there for 3 years, and then finally took the leap to live in Europe. And ever since, I have to say it's been nothing but opportunities. This is really where drum and bass happens the most. Ever since I started, I guess I listened to drum and bass for the first time was maybe around 2002 or something, 2003. I remember the Dungeon Master's Guide by Diesel Boy was the mixtape that actually got me into the genre the most. But and then through that I discovered all sorts of different artists that I was really into as well, because they had a different approach to drum and bass than most of what I had heard. I heard classics like DJ Sync, Congo Natty, and I was very fond of it, but as you have probably already figured out, I am a huge metalhead. So I was mostly into the heavier styles of drum and bass. Then I discovered all this amazing, flourishing scene back in the day also in America. Sadly, not so much anymore in America. But I don't know, guys like Counter-Strike were a huge influence to me, Conquer Dawn, and Gianna Brothers as well. I have to say that every single person that I found that was somehow mixing drum and bass with guitars, anything that had a guitar, also I guess it's worth mentioning stuff like Atari Teenage Riot, for example. This was the vibe that I was really into, and somehow I wanted to bring this vibe to the dance floor as well, and I pursued it up to this day against the words of many people who told me you shouldn't do that, it's not going to be good for you, it's got to get you nowhere, blah blah blah, and all these things that, you know, it's fair, it's not exactly, you know, your usual top 40 music either, but I think when you believe in something you can make it happen anyways, whichever way. So here we are, trying our best. Zardonic originally, I mean, it comes from the word Zardonic. I just changed the first letter with a Z because I wanted to be edgy as fuck. I actually wanted to have a name that you couldn't find on Google, related to anything else. And I nailed it because it also has a bit of a black metal connotation, so to say. It relates a lot to the music that I listen to. Zardonic, I guess, means, if you go to the literal sense of the word, it means disdainfully derisive. It's something that refers to a smile that is not produced from happiness, but as opposed to happiness, it's produced from madness, kind of like the way the Joker laughs, the Joker from Batman. That's what you call a Zardonic laugh or a Zardonic smile. But as far as what Zardonic means to me, my name, it's a thing of its own. Like, I could say that the kind of dark aspect of the music relates to that, but the mask doesn't exactly have a mouth. So how can you have a Zardonic smile? You know what I mean? So I would say the name of the project, it's a thing on its own. But here's the thing. One thing, I guess, was the vision that I had when I wanted to make the mask, when I wanted to put it on, and another thing is what happened when I put it on for the first time. Because I think somehow the mask has a life of its own. Me, the person behind it, I could pass away and somebody else could take this mask on and take the role of the character somehow. And that's what I find fascinating about the mask. It makes you memorable. It brings an idea into immortality. It's much more of a statement than it is a marketing scheme, especially when I hear all these people saying, oh, every DJ wears a mask now. I'm like, I don't fucking care about other people, and I am also not judging them for what they do. I think whoever wishes to wear a mask or not wear a mask, that's fine. But I don't see what I don't understand the judgmental aspect behind it, because I believe that whatever you choose to portray is a statement about yourself. It's a statement about your own ideas. Somehow when I see the mask, especially the fact that it's a white mask and most of the time I dress in black, if not all the time, my wardrobe is the easiest thing to wash. Just put all the clothes in the washing machine and buy something for black clothes. It's super easy. It's not only that, I'm not only impressed, I am so excited about this because I learned to DJ using Denon.
Oh, wow.
And the only reason I use Pioneer is because they pretty much forced it on us. I didn't want to use Pioneer. I didn't want to. I remember the Denon DNS 1000s, the ones with a little platter that you could play with the effects and do flangers and filters using the. I would look like a crazy scratcher, but instead of scratching on the waveform, I was scratching on the effects, and I would play with the beat, and it was amazing. And then I had the pitch bend buttons, which was a lot easier for me because I learned how to produce first. I skipped the vinyl part. Like I'm not trying to be. That's another thing that I really hate. I respect whoever chooses whatever media to bring the music to the crowd. I don't think you're better or worse because you do vinyl. So I don't believe in the whole, I am an old school DJ with vinyl and I'm better than you. I mean, that's just your way to do things, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that either. But I simply wanted to bring my music to the crowds, and I did. Just like I did not. How do you put all your music into dub plates into vinyl? And then Serato came much later, and I never really. I thought it was a great solution for vinyl DJs, but I was used to the pitch bend buttons, dude, which is something that Pioneer completely disregarded. And I'm like, why would you not give people the option? So I'm glad to see how Denon is stepping up the game and bringing the features that, somehow DJs are used to, but again, bringing completely new features and also classic Denon features. It feels familiar, but at the same time, it feels so much ahead of the curve. It has MIDI out, which means you can send MIDI clock, you can synchronize, you can make a live show together with a DJ set, as opposed to being locked to a system that only depends on a brand specific technology. This is genius. Like I can only see it getting bigger and better. The record, it's actually been done since a while ago, during a very, very trying time of my life, in the middle of moving from the United States to Ostfriesland, where I was living before, and then I moved to RIVERSIDE, which is close to Cologne, obviously because I would find somehow better opportunities, so to say. Being closer to the bigger cities, to the bigger airports. I loved the place that I was in Ostfriesland, but I was like 3 hours and a half of commuting every time I had to do a show. Was a bit of a pain, as sad as it is, because I have nothing but wonderful memories from the people there. But I think moving closer to the bigger cities was the obvious choice. I would love to live in Berlin myself, but we'll see what happens in the future. But in the middle of all that turmoil, the record somehow got finished, and I think it's good. I think it should be an okay record. People seem to be catching on to it as well, because I'm trying to go back to drum and bass a little more. The thing that happened with my previous record was so I've been trying to push the envelope with bringing the metal elements into dance music. I might have done that a little bit too much in the last record, to the point that it just confused the hell out of people, and a lot of people think that, to this day, they think that Zardonic is a band and not a DJ. I still get interviews from metal magazines. It's like, so what can you tell us about your band? I'm like, I am not a band, bro. I mean, I might become a band, mind you, it's not out of the question, but for now, the Zardonic act is a DJ act. Will it have a live band mode? Sure, why not? It's not out of the question. But the new record is going back to to what Zardonic originally was, because even though it has metal elements, it's still a drum and bass act. It's a drum and bass act with guitars and metal elements, as opposed to something like Rammstein, which is a metal band that kind of sounds electronic and industrial, but it's a different, completely different tip. It's not rave music. Zardonic is more on the raver side than it is on the metal side. But you know, I just do what I do and let things happen and let people choose. And so far, the good news is that both the ravers and the metalheads are really excited about this record, and I am humbly thankful, because let's just say I really put my heart and soul in this one, like much more than anything else I've done in the past. It was shit. it was a statement. And I'm very excited and humbled for the opportunity that you guys are giving me, because I mean, it's not just for the exposure, which is there's obviously an exposure factor, but like you could be another brand. You could be something like, I don't know, I'm not gonna mention other brands, but you could be a shit brand. You know what I mean? It could actually be shit gear, and I would be like pretending to like it just for, no, I don't do that. So that's why I'm excited about it. I'm gonna have the opportunity to bring my music to a potentially new crowd using gear that I am actually excited about using. Like, I can't wait to do the set. I can't wait to show it to you guys. So thank you.